Throw Gang, we are joined by, he's exploring Uranus because he's that Rear Admiral, Lawrence Schlossman, and myself. Welcome to the Cardi Party. I'm about the Pepsi, the pod, the coffee bean.
What?
The next lyric.
Which is what?
That's why I'm moving.
Wow, what is
so
happening?
Silly. James Harris.
Is that Pop Smoke?
Yeah, well, I can't say the redacted in front of the people. Welcome to the weekly run of the boys, with today's full episode only available on
www.throwingfits.com. Welcome to the pod.
Welcome to the Cardi Party. Before we get into flying with Nav, navigating with Nav.
The first brown boy to get a poppin'.
First brown boy to get a popping in Delta 1. Romcom smackers and hypebeasts are so back.
They really are, unfortunately.
I mean, did they ever leave? Let's get into a fit check.
Well, I guess, yeah, that's the question. They were like hibernating. They were lying dormant, ready to pounce.
Well, we'll get into it after the fit check.
Okay, why don't you start us off, bro?
All right. Philosophical question for you.
Hit me.
Vintage shoes. Where do you, I know that you have some vintage Gucci sleds.
Correct.
Some vintage Gucci Tom Ford era.
Multiple
loafers?
multiple Tom Ford era Gucci sleds.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a vintage footwear guy. Like that's never been you never had any qualms with that.
I feel like that's the one that like would gross the most people out in terms of buying a dead guy's clothes, but I'm wearing socks. So I'm like good with it.
So it's not a matter of cleanliness for me. For me, it's the fact that like the previous wearers, the original wearer's foot has like molded it to their specs, to their dog specs. And my shits are so specific that like even if it's like the right size per se, if it's like a hard bottom or leather or suede, like typically just has gotten fucked beyond like my dog's capabilities of sliding into that bitch.
Do you have particularly unique feet?
Yeah, bro. What's the top of your foot called? The vamp?
Like the physiological term?
I have a high arch on the bottom.
Okay.
Right? And then I have fucked up toes from my years of climbing and ballet dancing,
right.
and crumping. And then
foot binding.
Yeah, when I was crumping with Tommy the Clown. And then to the Kendrick album. And then what's the fucking
is that your instep is what you were asking?
Yeah, but no. The shit on top. What's the top of your foot called? I have a very like high ridge.
Your foot knuckle.
No, like yeah, sure. I have a very high bony ridge that's literally I could, if you could feel it, which you're not going to, there is like a mountain range on the top of my foot. That's what it feels like.
Jiminy Peak.
Exactly. There you go. So on the feet are some vintage Prada espadrilles.
Look at those, dude. Those are interesting. Can you crush that heel?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So they are normally I would hear espadrille and I would fucking run to the hills.
Yeah.
But
such a
these
bad
are
shoe.
these are from fuck. Let me fucking find the name.
Oh, like you have the year too? Like
no, I don't have the year. Not necessarily. These are from Ending Soon, vintage store here in New York.
Okay.
Big brain shit, Lower East Side, and the two buyers had just done like a whole Japan edit.
Nice.
And so these were sourced in Japan.
Nice.
I think everything I'm wearing is actually Japanese.
Oh, wow.
Outerwear.
Not that shocking.
Well, if you count the Prada being sourced from there.
Right. Of course.
But I threw these on and I'm like, yo, these are fucking incredible. They have like a square cami on toe almost.
It's hit or miss. I think the thing
Venti foot skis?
With Venti foot skis, I think you're just in a real like 50-50 coin flip type situation. Well, this clearly landed heads up. If
you're taking a real risk if you're buying that shit online. This is some shit you got to buy or try on in person.
And right, that's the thing for any product category. The one that you would hopefully try in person is shoes more than any other. Right. So I can see your trepidation, but it worked out.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I'm a fucking espadriller, bro.
Well, they don't look like espadrilles,
but they technically are.
Right, but just because like
crazy,
but just because a product is named something, because the espadrille, like the roped sole traditional espadrille, which like some people would be like, oh, that's like a classic item. They're not wrong, but they just like have not aged well.
It's pure. Those need the context of being in fucking Ibiza or wherever Mick and Con are DJing right now.
Yeah, right.
That's like where you need to wear
destination wedding they're at.
You can only wear espadrilles in a place where they're pronounced espadrilles.
Okay, that's fair.
So West Village or Hell's Kitchen,
okay,
or Spain.
Right. The three gayest places.
That's not what I'm saying. I said the three lithiest places.
What's funny is that Prada has the most famous espadrille that I can think of, which was kind of like a viral jawn many moons ago, which we'll talk about, is remember they did the patent wingtip platform espadrille like lace ups. Do you remember those?
No.
Dude, it was like a shoe. It was like a plague.
Pull 'em up.
Okay, hold on.
Wait, it was bad?
I'll show you. Whoa, how about
Did
this?
you like them?
No, they're terrible, bro. Why don't you riff and I'll do a review for you?
Okay, see, that's like when you try to hybrid. That's when like Dr. Frankenstein gets in the lab and tries to put together too many bodies into creating one new life form versus just like, hey, we're going to do a square toe suede espadrille, which you're taking a quote unquote classic silhouette and just like fucking around with the materials and maybe some details like the toe box. But in this case, it's what is it? It's a platform wingtip lace up espadrille.
You ready?
Yeah. Oh,
do you not remember these? These were like the shoe, dude.
Yeah.
So bad.
The only person who made these look good, Nick Wooster.
Oh, yeah.
Which is true of a lot of shit.
Right. No, these are definitely a Wooster shoe. I just remember these had both the men and women of New York fashion in a fucking chokehold, and you could not
rope hold, bro.
In a rope hold, you could not escape these. And I was never a fan. But when you say Prada espadrille, like this is what I think of. Not these, which are kind of just like a slipper. In the best possible way.
Well, what defines an espadrille? Is it like the collapsible slip-on heel, or is it the rope midsole?
I always thought it was the rope midsole, and then like how they're constructed with like, it's like a hand stitch rope midsole.
Well, I'm fucking throwing ropes. I'm not wearing them. Busting ropes.
I like in a rope hold. That's a good title. Yeah. All right. I think not that you dodged the bullet, but like it's a risk. Not only are we going vintage shoes, but we're going vintage espadrilles. I feel like you nailed it.
I'm only keeping them because they fit. Like, let's be clear. I didn't like purchase these. I didn't acquire these like on a fucking whim.
Prada footwear sizing is also super crazy. So the fact that these like you nailed these are, I feel like extra fucking rare scenario.
Made in Italy.
Look at this. Look at the size.
Well, it says 7, which is not true.
That's not a 7. No, but dude, Prada shoes, whether you're buying,
you think I had to size down 2 sizes or size up 2 or size down 2 sizes?
But this is what fucks over a lot of people when buying vintage or even new Prada, whether it's American Cups or like, more like a boot, like those fucking Chelseas I have, or even these. The sizing is crazy. It's like not consistent.
What'd you get for your boots?
I think they're like a 9. Though I probably could use a little bit more space in those. They are incredibly uncomfortable.
So you went down one full size.
Yeah.
That's not
but
nuts.
the fact
2 sizes is.
But the fact that like with Prada, you're always like sizing down, but it's all over the place and not consistent based on the last is like, which I guess is like if the shoes are shaped differently, you're going to size down differently. Those shoes, those Brixton Chelseas I get like the most compliments on those of like any shoes. And I don't really bust them out that much because they are so uncomfortable.
Right.
But people are always asking. And honestly, if you guys want a pair, fucking good luck and Godspeed to you.
Fashion kills, bro. You got to do it for the Luke. Yeah, I guess Prada has made some leather espadrilles before, but these are nice
suede,
nice supple black suede.
I like them, dude.
Thank you. Protecting the dogs and the Jiminy Peak with some socks from Socks.
Oh, hell yeah.
Guy Nagi.
You a fan? I really like them, dude.
Yeah, they're great.
They're fantastic.
6 pairs on flow is a bit much, so I 3 for me, 3 for donation.
Okay, that's nice of you.
Each one teach one.
It is the holidays after all.
Yes. So, I just threw some socks in the Salvation Army coin bucket.
Some socks.
Socks. The pants are from a Japanese brand called Kale, which...
With a C.
With a C. So, yeah, this ain't your fucking vegetable shit. You don't got to massage these before dressing them in your salad.
But you could if the hand feels on point.
You don't need to, though, because they're so soft. This wool silk blend. It's a brand that's been around since 2016, the greatest year of all time. But I think it's only recently...
based on what?
Based on music, based on culture, based on everything. What are you talking about? Everyone loves 2016.
Is that a... That's fucking like a...
People in 2016 were wearing the hat you were wearing.
What? This hat screams 2016?
Calm the fuck down, yeah.
I'm not wearing a calm the fuck down hat. To be clear, I'll get there in the fit check. Okay, so 2016, best year on record?
You're not like aware of this like whole... thing?
I've seen like some of the memes, but I don't know.
It's like 2016 peaked with music, with fits, fashion, style, whatever.
Okay.
That's about it.
I have to dive back in. Well, because my thing is like the best year for movies is 2007.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, I don't know about movies in 2016.
No, bro, 79, fucking Ridley Scott Alien.
I mean, honestly, you're not
By the
wrong.
way, tried to watch that again for the 4th time.
Come on, dude.
Snoozer.
The first Alien is a snoozer, dude. It's thrilling.
Fell asleep if I'm trying to get fucking... I was sleeping so hard, I felt like I was put into whatever, like full on rest on the
cryogenic sleep.
On the Lauren Nostromo.
Shout out Lauren.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Kale pants.
Kale pants.
New purchase?
Like a brown purple. Yeah. Started in 2016 by a gallery director in Japan.
Like an art gallery.
Yes.
Interesting.
Who I guess is still going with that gallery director.
Where can you get them in New York? Vent Space?
Yes. Thank you for answering. Vent has them. Mohawk has a lot of Kale. Mohawk has like the matching top too, which I was like kind of tempted to get. But I'm not trying to do some matchy shit, although it is so fucking good. But I don't know. I think I was talking to Kevin. He's like, yeah, I think Kale's trying to make a push into the US.
That's great.
So that I feel like, the fucking new wave of Japanese brands. Stein? What's up with brands and 3 S's?
Is it 3 S's?
Fucking socks, essences,
was 2,
and
yeah.
Stein.
Huh. Well,
I think it's 3 S's.
trends come in 3. I had no idea. I thought it was just STEIN.
I don't know.
Also, why the Japanese brand?
It is 3 S's.
That is, damn, dude.
Stein design.
I'm happy they didn't go SS, dude. Especially with the fucking.
Well, that's essence for you.
Oh, but Stein, German
right.
SS. That was kind of the Anyway.
Fucking. I mean, what like Japanese?
I'm not really
Japanese Jews.
I'm definitely familiar with Kale more as you've like shouted them out, but Stein I'm aware of. I don't really even know like what is the vibe. What's Stein's vibe?
A lot of all black.
Okay, interesting.
Outerwear for like $800-$900.
Upper mid tier,
not cheap, huh?
Upper mid tier, like in
That's pretty fucking upper.
Yeah, I get. Well, it's not high fashion
in terms of price.
It's not like Loewe prices or whatever, but I get your point.
I don't know. It's a lot of like brown and black and kind of drapey and elegant and chic and like what do you expect?
Who else? So when we're talking about this like new wave of Japanese brands, it's Kale, Stein, is Orly. Would you consider, even though they've been around
probably
for a minute?
At the forefront?
Okay,
but funny you should say that. Moving on up, the cardigan is from Still by Hand.
There you go.
I think a brand I would put in there.
Yeah.
Just like fun Japanese brand Stow now. Which I got this. Well, okay. Oh, and the T-shirt engineered garment, which. Shout out Daiki for pulling up to our event. Not Japanese. Well, he's Japanese.
Yeah.
But the brand is New York with like Japanese philosophy behind it.
Yeah, that was. And shout out to, I think that's probably a Kevin invite.
Yeah.
I didn't even
they're
like.
Homies.
But
EG was the EG's Mohawk across Mohawk 17 years. EG was in there on day 1.
Wow.
And they're there on 17 times 365 day.
Whatever that is.
Yeah.
I was talking to the homie Thomas who works at Hoka. And I was like, yo, like the fact that you guys have that EG collab, which are the EG Hokas there's multiple collabs they've done. They're fucking fire. And as I was like giving Hoka their flowers, literally Daiki just walked by. I was like, he was conjured, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking incredible.
Yeah,
what
he walked by on day 6,205.
There's a wild goat outbreak on Sunset Boulevard, dude. He's the fucking best.
Like, Daiki, you're not fucking hitting the green room in Manhattan Beach, bruh?
Yeah.
Dawn Patrol.
Was he wearing rainbow flip-flops?
I'm not sure. I think he was wearing shorts.
He definitely was wearing shorts for sure. But the only guy that can make rainbow is cool.
Yeah,
as far as I can tell.
Him and like some, I don't know, Brazilian fucking reggaeton guy.
Yeah, when you're changing out of your espadrilles and you put on your fucking rainbows, dude. That's the 1-2. That's the 1-2 combo for the beach.
Look at some Prada flip-flops next. Anyway, the t-shirt I got for $5 at their friends and family sale back when it was good. The cardigan, which let's talk cardigans, Lawrence.
Yeah.
Because I think you and I are similarly positioned on cardies. We're fucking out on them.
Yeah, I think that what it was? And shout out to all the fuzzy wuzzy, beautiful fucking mohair cardigans. It was just too much. And it becomes almost to me a novelty, almost kind of like childish maneuver that like kind of pushed me away personally.
Wait, what was childish about cardigans?
Well, when they're
because if anything, it's also like, yo, grandpa core, hot professor shit.
I mean more like when it's like a super big, fuzzy, loud, colorful cardigan that reads to me as a little immature. And I love like a statement jawn, a nice pop of color, but I would be lying if I said that I didn't sell all of my Marnie and Stussy kind of like fun, loud mohair cardigans.
Oh, your Oscar the Grouch joint.
Yeah, and I had a fucking pink one. I had that that
Stussy one felt like a fire hazard.
Honestly,
it felt like asbestos.
Because there's synthetic materials, it's actually like more comfortable than like the straight up 100% fancy boy high end mohair shit that you would get from Marnie. I actually preferred it. It was just more like me personally moving on from those kind of pieces in my wardrobe.
Right.
But it seems like cardigans now are like back in a big way.
No, let's not fucking don't say that. Why would you say that? Don't
because of Paul
Mescal.
Mescal.
Like a high snobiety IG caption.
Well, but a certain type of cardigan.
Like the girly shit?
Like literally one that is 2 sizes too small that might even be designed with like the female body in mind on like a dude. But it's also like
okay, so where else is that? Are you seeing this besides on Paul Mezcal?
No, that's it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
but he
they're so fucking back.
But does he not have the kind of power to like get people's fucking gears turning and maybe like reinsert cardigans into the conversation?
No.
Or
I should hope not. Leave that to us, the experts, the pros.
But what I realize is the reason I think that it seems to be like a thing that a lot of people are curious about, if not drawn to, is that it's just the tiny top, big bottom thing again.
Right.
Which is like if you mix up, the volumes of your fit, you're creating a new silhouette. And obviously that's like us like talking about it in like the nerdy, like even like dye workwear-esque way. But I think that people just see that and they might not know why, but it just like appeals to them aesthetically. And it's the mix of volumes, new silhouettes. New me, new silhouette.
I mean, I'm not
new silhouette.
I've also done a cardi purge. Not just talking music, but when I saw this, okay, first of all, it's still by hand. When I saw it in Mohawk, I was like, yo, that's fucking, first of all, the color's gas, the kind of contrast texture on the ribbing, and it's this like, I don't know if it's picking up on the camera, but it's kind of
like waffle-y.
A bit. I don't know what this technique is called. Fair pricing. The brand is still by hand, which I have some pants to them, which I love. And I'm like, oh, I know that I love this brand. And that's super high quality. And then the way that, first of all, it's zipper.
There you go. That's the big brain Jimmy move. It's a zipper.
It's not some grandpa shit. It's more, and it kind of wears a little bit more like a sport coat almost. Like when I'm wearing it open, just like, it kind of frames the body. It just hangs straight down.
There's pockets. Very convenient.
This is a crazy...
that's
like scary to me.
I have a couple Johns where
the pockets are dangling by literally a thread.
Well, it's because it's a knit, you kind of have to do it that way so that you don't like fuck up like the actual like fabric, and that to me is very, very precarious. To your point, I would be nervous that is like one wrong maneuver away from then you just lose your pocket bag.
Yeah, but zipped up, I like the way it sits. Kind of has like a bit of a V-neck going. I'm not gonna wear like a dress or like a collar shirt underneath this,
right?
But I don't know. I was just drawn to it, and I was like, yo, fucking. It's not a big grandpa fucking hot gilf core.
Is that like, that's the Tyler influence, right? Like the grandpa core shit, like one for one, basically.
Yeah, but that was also some shit that, we saw with like Oscar Isaac and Seth Rogen a few years ago. It was on the Fitties. It was like cardigans, fucking.
Oh, professor core.
Yeah.
Hot professor core.
Grandpa swag.
Yeah.
Loafers and fucking cardigans. But I don't know. I like it still by hand. The jacket is Orly. Thank you, Seasons, for the fire sale a few years ago.
Yeah, everything must go for free $99.
This is before Orly was like at the top of its people's radar. So it was like widely available. Orly used to be a great fucking value buy on like the Essence sale.
No, 100%. Nobody knew.
It was so expensive, but nobody knew.
Yeah, and then if you're just like looking at brands in alphabetical order, it's right there to begin with, front and center. I always feel self-conscious about how much like this pod rides for Orly, justifiably so, because I only own one thing from Orly, and it's a pair of like crazy like open weave trousers, also courtesy of the Essence fire sale.
I think my first Orly was some twisted seam brown denim.
Yeah.
Then actually it was probably this jacket. Then I have a mohair polo from them. I have a few sweaters from them, a few knits. Orly rocks. And like, it's one of those brands, and I would say our Legacy's up there too, where it's like we loved it. It was always kind of like under the radar, at least for guys like us. We could easily acquire it, whether like full price or knew that it was going to go on. When it went on sale, it wasn't going to get snatched up immediately.
More if you know.
And now it's like you're fighting for your life trying to get like some good value Orly.
Is it gauche to say that we're both acquiring more Orly soon because of a nice little fucking personal order that was placed?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so I shouldn't say that.
No.
I'm fucking hyped though. Hopefully that would come in February, maybe, I think.
Yeah, and it's one of those brands where I think, a lot of brands where it's like you become, the more you acquire, the more you're familiar with like the fit, the sizing. You're like, oh, well, in knits, I'm a 5,
right.
or in tees, I'm a 5, in knits, I'm a 3, in pants, I'm a 4. Japanese sizing for you fucking Philistines at home. But yeah, that'll be fun. The sunglasses are, so anyway, cardigans, I'm not going to say cardigans are back, but I'm going to say that this cardigan I like a lot.
But I think what you're wearing is the kind of cardigan I think that this pod is pro, which is like, it's a zipper. It's not grandpa or hot professor Jason. It's still a cardigan. That's the genre of jawn, but it's not like the kind of obvious cardigan play that like other people are maybe still doing that we're out on.
And it kind of has the cut of a jacket. Like Kevin at Mohawk was like, yo, if you want to wear it kind of as an outer piece, outer layer, maybe go up a size.
Oh, okay.
Because this is a 2, which
really
is normally a small.
This is Japanese vanity sizing. You don't see that a lot. I love that. Beautiful.
But I'm wearing it as like an underneath jacket layer, obviously, what I did say. The broken sunglasses are Gianni Versace from 194 Local.
Yeah.
Out in LA. 2 times ago we were there. Drink a Diet Pepsi, sipping on Lower finest. Lawrence, what are you wearing?
What about your underwear? Same.
Oh, Hanes, boxers. Oh, and Jill Sonder bracelet.
I have on camion boots. The socks are cotton, KOTN. The jeans, our new pair of jeans that I got from this brand, Jean Erica, friend of the show, Jesse Hudnut, is on his big brain consulting shit over there. They're a Swedish brand. They're doing interesting cuts.
Yeah.
This is the Vega. He recommended them to me.
A little flare.
Yeah, it's almost like, well, it's funny because they do a more strictly flare
I'm going to look at the photo of you.
cut. But this to me, no, it's just like a little bit baggier, a little looser. Speaking of vanity sizing, if you want to tap in, the audience at home, I would recommend sizing down.
I got a clay colorway.
Oh, nice.
Kind of like a gray
Your weird denim.
Yeah.
You're just a little bit left of
you know
center.
what? Oh, fuck. I also bought some like weird like gray-green jeans from Trebien. Ready to wear.
Like puke?
No, not like puke. Kind of like more like sage.
Okay. What brand?
From Trebien. Ready to wear.
Nice.
Because I was wearing their jeans all through LA, and I was like, I fucking love these jeans.
Those
and
are
I get
good jeans.
commented on them just on the cut of them. People are like, what are those? I'm like, Trebien Ready to Wear.
Yeah.
And they're on sale, so go get yourself a pair of those. But yeah, I went with I got to get them hem though.
Did you get this Vega cut?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the one that I think is like the star of the show. Jenna, also for anyone at home looking to buy a gift for the fair sex in your life, also great women's denim for sure. Jenna got like a really great pair of like nearly like raw jeans, but with like a high rise.
Hey, yo, that's your wife, buddy.
That's my wife I'm talking about.
How that ass look?
But yeah, I guess I don't know. There's like a whole it looks fantastic. Thank you for asking. There's a sustainability angle. There's some, they use a lot of recycled cotton in some of their models. So yeah, check it out. Jean Erica, not the best name, but
Swedes, man,
they're Swedish, so you got to give them a pass. Under the rear fleece, which we can get to in a second, I'm wearing an old Fraser Kroll New Order bootleg long sleeve tee. And then my rear fleece finally arrived about 2 months after it was cool.
Still smelling like
so here we are.
Austrian grandma's, fingers.
Why
are you worried about it, whether it's cool or not?
No, I'm not. I'm saying, well, here's the thing, dude. As everyone knows, we talked about this a lot. Would you say that this is like a true viral jawn or like viral in our like little niche of a world?
I think it surpassed our little niche slightly. I mean, Gallagher had that piece on it.
True.
Jonah Blackbird wrote about it. Okay, but that's very much our world. What am I talking about?
Point proven.
I'm just naming our friends in media.
Yeah.
Talking about it. It's hard to say. Maybe it is just our world. Maybe the $900 quarter zip fleece, half zip fleece is just our world. I don't know. Maybe that's how twisted our world is.
If you're smart like you and I, it's like find a stockist who, because normally if you buy from here, it's cut to order, which is crazy and awesome, and definitely like a cool sustainability angle that I actually fucking believe in and fuck with. But if you could find like a Scandi stockist where you can get like the VAT tax off and maybe even like a little promo code for first time shoppers, you can knock this down from like 900-ish to like the high 6, low 7 range.
That's a lot of money,
which is still a lot of money. I'm pretty.
That's like 1.5 Orly shirts.
I will say it's one of these things where like, even if I didn't like it, which I absolutely do enjoy it, now I'm like, I got to get the cost per wears up. Like I went to Jersey to see some friends over the weekend. I had it on, I'm wearing it to the pod today. I'll probably be wearing it the next time you see me, as long as like kind of weather permits. Cause you're right. I don't know if this is going to be the mid layer that I wanted it to be because of the blousiness, because of like, the bigger sleeve.
It's hard to fit on. Do you wear a jacket?
No,
this.
Well, it's like 50 degrees today, so this was like more, and I have a long sleeve tee under here, so I felt like it's not like.
Did you try to wear jackets over it?
I have not, because I'm really worried about you being proven correct, which is just like
why would that worry you?
Because I want to get more. I would love for it to work as a mid layer, but like I'm really nervous that it's not. Which you were like, yo, be aware, buyer beware. caveat emptor. Good luck fitting those sleeves into a jacket sleeve, buddy.
Yeah. My thing is, I think that so for those who aren't aware, which is everyone, if anyone wants to buy my rear fleece,
it's available.
It's available. Price to move.
I do think you got the best color.
Thank you.
I think that yellow fucking pops.
Little anecdotal piece here. I think so. I got it from Trebien. I think this was Jesse's last season buying with Trebien, and he was like, "Ooh, like best colorway." He's like, "I think we're one of the only stores that order that colorway."
Yeah,
and that just goes to show like the big brainness of Jesse Hudnett. But
what are you selling it for? And how many times? Well, give us the deets. What are we talking here?
I wore it once to the pod.
Okay,
literally once. It's been hanging up like in my grailed photo shoot corner.
Okay,
the back
studio,
the back of my bathroom door,
yeah.
But not the poop bathroom. Poop particles have entered this fleece's ecosystem.
Good to know. Is it listed already on Grailed? Yeah. Okay, so speak now. Like message this guy. Speak now or forever hold this L because it's gonna. I feel like
taking offers. It was just like I was like, you know what? I got caught up in the swirl of like the enthusiasm around it. It's still a great brand. The guy Andreas is like his pedigree's, second is way up there. Yep. We've talked about this, but to me, I'm just like, I already have like 4 of these.
The quarter zips.
Yeah, maybe even more. And I already listed them, but I have an MF Pen one that is this colorway.
Okay.
It is the cropped.
Yeah.
The only difference really is that it doesn't have the chest pocket, which maybe it doesn't, and it has like a ring on the zipper.
Oh. That's not
which
bad.
I actually think is better for like gripping and ripping.
Yeah, rip it and grip it. I like the robust. I don't know if they're Riri exactly, but like the Riri style robust hardware.
The big silver is nice. Pop. I do like the big silver.
And the pocket is honestly like for sunglasses, there is real function with form. This isn't just like a cool look at this fucking, full metal fucking bracket.
But in our world, I think that it could be considered a viral jawn. And like it's easy to get, and I'm not saying that that's not a bad thing. But I think I got swept up in it. And when I wore it once, twice, or really just once, but then like around the house, I was like, let me remove myself from like the context of and like the discourse around it and like the hype, really, that's for lack of a better term. And I was like, do I really want this? And then it really struck me when I was like trying to put a jacket over it.
You're like, I can't wear this.
I was trying to put it under like a leather jacket. Like a blouse, like a crop blouse on jacket.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? This would be hard with like the matte black second wear leather, the Mad Dog jacket,
black and yellow.
It just didn't fucking fit.
That's a bummer. I was like having a.
It didn't fit. I could have forced it down. I could have pushed rope,
shoved it
as they
down.
say.
Yeah.
I
threw the hot dog down the proverbial hallway.
No, because that's the opposite of pushing rope. I could have put it in a rope hold.
Oh, that would
Are
be
you not aware
easy.
of?
No, pushing like trying to have sex with a soft penis.
Like half hard.
Okay.
Or half soft if you're a pessimist. Right. If you're a penis mist, it's half soft.
Are you cock half full or cock half empty type guy?
Yeah. Are you cocktimist or a penis mist?
So in terms of what I know about you and what the audience knows about you, I feel like you never got with getting caught up in like the virality, even if it's a niche thing of a jawn. So it's almost like you kind of strayed from the path and you kind of just proved
I don't think that getting caught up in the celebration / let's call it hype.
Yes.
Viral jawn is not a bad thing.
No.
And I'm not trying to not do that.
But
I think I usually do a better job of being like, whoa, let me remove myself and actually think, do I want this?
So you wore it one time, got a fit off on the pod. Everyone got to see it. Do you like regret buying it?
No.
Okay. So that's good.
Now I know.
No regrets.
Lesson learned.
Damn. So are we like, I feel like I am still recommending it.
I'm still recommending it too. What are you talking about?
That's right. Buy yours.
Yes.
And we got a locker loop on the back. There's some good little deets. The kind of nice, like kind of in between sized funnel neck when you go all the way up where it's not like too much where you look like an uncircumcised penis.
Yep.
It's not too little where you got like, I hate a fucking weak ass collar on a quarter zip. Then it's like, what are we even doing here? Just buy a crew neck. I think this is somewhere in the middle, which is nice.
I was wearing a quarter zip kind of from our legacy, like basically all of LA.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a maiden name joint too. So it's like, I was like, I already fucking have what I need.
Not to like fucking influence any of the voters out there, but like when it comes to the trends, I feel like quarter zip would be like my trend of the year in terms of like shit that like I participated in that I saw a lot of. I feel like that's the one. And it kind of came on. And again, it may be recency bias because I feel like that came on a little late. But anyway, moving on up. What James said was a comb to fuck down dad hat is actually a comb de garçon homme.
Oh, it's a flip on that. It's a flip on the comb to fuck down.
It's a flip on the classic comb to fuck down. Rolly on the wrist, wedding ring on the finger.
Where do you get that?
Essence on sale.
Is it real? What?
Yeah, it was.
Comb de garçon homme makes fucking dad hats like that? Logo dad hats?
Yeah, so when I was putting together my article on dad hats and I was like looking around, there's two types of dad hats that I personally think are cool. One of which is like your kind of like store merchy shit, which is like the broken arm dad hat, the Sorbaras dad hat.
What did you pay for this? My guy?
$68.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What is it listed on because I put it in the art. I think it's in the article. Maybe it was maybe at full price it was $95, but like it was on sale. Yeah. Right. And then the other type is like, I didn't realize this until doing the article. Every single high fashion brand, Marni, Loewe, Comme des Garçons, whatever, name it, they all make dad hats. It's like for the sort low to high price crowd. And
it's the logo tee of 2024.
Yeah. Also, I don't know with your
155 on Essence.
155? I did not pay 155.
Only one left.
Does this read as navy or black to you?
I don't.
Because it's navy, and that was one of the, I was like, oh, I would love to. I don't have a.
I guess black.
Okay, well, it's supposed to be navy, which I feel like it is maybe a little darker than I wanted, or at least how it looked on my computer.
Oh, Jesus.
No. I don't know about you.
Weekend.
I don't have any like navy hats. And
Save the racism for Thanksgiving, bro.
I wanted to have a navy hat in my
Yankees,
rotation.
Yankees fitted.
I'm not kidding. Yeah, a 6 and 7.
Oh, that's right, because you're a Red Sox fan.
Not even that.
Northern Jersey,
bro. I would need a child-sized fitted, like 100%. Which I guess I could.
New Era Junior.
Yeah,
Tex Dow Yee.
Lids Kids, dude. Hit the kiosk at the mall.
I got my mids at Lids.
My sunglasses are Thistles, and my underwear are Hill City, RIP. And I have a Mango Passion Fruit Celsius. I got my Turbo Cool Mint Zin Slims and a hydro flask full of Lower East Side's finest. Let's do the fucking show, buddy.
All right, wow. Feels like a
Jimbo!
month. Jesus Christ. Feels like a month ago that we were in LA, but we were there less than a week ago.
Was it? Less?
Yeah, we flew back on Tuesday.
Jesus fucking
Today's
Christ.
Monday.
It does feel like
Tomorrow's Tuesday.
I was texting
The
with
day after is Wednesday.
Yeah.
And the day after that is Thursday.
I was texting with Mikey, and I was like, yeah, it really feels like a year ago that we were there.
You miss him?
I really do. Should we say? Are we behind the pit? We're behind
I
the
think
pit.
so, yeah.
This week, Friday Fiasco with Michael Martin Del Campo, or as you would say,
Mikey the Hitman?
Yeah, which is...
That's his name.
But it's not.
He's in my phone as Mikey the Hitman.
No, I get that, and that's what's really funny to me.
Was that his... Did that used to be his IG name? Why do I have him as that?
Because you just came up with it,
really?
Like in your own mind, like because the Hitman thing, which we explore with him,
no,
I swear he was never like his display name was never Mikey the / Hitman ever.
What's his Twitter?
Mikey MDC, or his Twitter? No, he's off Twitter. He's off Twitter, but his Instagram is Mikey MDC. No Hitman.
It's Mikey the Hitman.
I mean, that's fine. Like. Again, like we explored this with him. He accepted it.
I'm the GOAT at coming up with nicknames. Fucking Frank the Mad Dog.
Yeah, but
the Joker.
Yeah, but just like Mikey the Hitman, to your point,
Mikey the Hitman.
You just create them.
Mikey DHM.
Yeah. Anyway, Mikey Friday Fiasco, the last of the bed chronicles, the last pod for three grown men in a king size bed.
If you want to see live from flirt, hour and a half of that.
Do you think I was flirting? I was trying to be cool, dude. I was trying to play it cool.
Yeah.
You know, I got Mikey in my bed. I don't want to fucking blow the opportunity. You know?
Your cock was half soft.
That's a fun, like, sincere pod with, I think, like a lot of darts and gems from a very tasteful friend of ours.
Yes. And talking with him made me want to buy a gun.
Yeah. So that's like a bit that I've seen on a one of our group chats where like you being like, I want a gun has become like a reoccurring thing. No.
It's like something terrible happens. Like that guy interviews Michelle Lamy. What's the shirt cost? What the shirt cost? What the shirt cost?
Yeah.
And she's like, it's okay, relax, buddy. Save it for Thanksgiving. She's like, it's a Rico Owens. He's like, oh, what are the shoes? What are the shoes? He's Rico Owens. $5,000. Oh, $5,000. That's crazy. And then that gets shared in the group chat. I'm just like, I'm buying a gun. Which is mainly just like my way of saying I want to kill everybody.
Right. You want to murder.
Yeah.
You want to?
What do you think it meant?
No. I can use context clues. But that's quite violent. You're not a violent guy.
I'm pretty violent.
You want to like commit a mass shooting.
I might get into jujitsu.
Wait, really? Fully?
Yeah. My guy Nick from Daytime Novella was listening to Two Tone Pod. Shout out everyone listening to Two Tone Pod and sent their thoughts on it. They were like, yo, like this fucking pod is rules. And like we had to do one pod in LA. Like I'm glad we got to do Two Tone. Cheyenne was like, yo, I had to drive like the entirety of like New York State and like the Two Tone Pod saved my life.
Hell yeah, dude. Music to my ears, literally.
But Nick from Daytime Novella was like, yo, I do jujitsu. If you want to pull up with me at Clockwork, which is like the cool guy jujitsu gym. Clockwork. Yeah. I was like, you mean the bar on Essex? He's like, no. Like the fucking, it's like the cool guy jujitsu gym. He's like, I got a gi that I'll lend you. He's like, I got mad gis.
Damn, fellas, this is gay to wear another man's gi. Are you going to tap in for real? Gi? Are you going to?
Maybe.
I feel like as you being a very athletic person, I feel like that's something that you would pick up.
Well, I think
pretty quickly.
I think, I think being able to like whoop another man's ass is probably pretty important in life.
To squabble up.
Yes, sure. So,
you're trying to whack out somebody's mural.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's probably pretty important. I think
as a skill set, like an arrow to have in your quiver.
Well, I already own a crossbow.
It's saying metaphorically.
It lives upstate. It's not in New York. I don't know if it's legal to have a crossbow in New York. The crossbow in New York City. A crossbow, I would rather get shot by a gun than hit with a fucking crossbow.
Yeah,
arrow.
For sure, right?
Yeah.
That seems like a fair take.
Like a bullet's like this big and a crossbow is like, or the arrow's like fucking this long.
But like there's certain, just like there's like hollow tip point bullets and things like that. Like there's certain arrows that I guess are sold for hunting where like once that goes in, you can't like, it's not like
a barb.
Yeah. It's not like on some Game of Thrones, fucking Braveheart shit where you're just like pulling it out. Like that'll cause more damage. Right. You almost got to go the other way.
Through,
I guess.
Yeah. It's like a fishing hook.
Fucking brutal. Exactly.
Yeah. It has the barb.
Wait, you have a crossbow upstate?
Yeah. Careful.
How often do you engage it?
It's with DJ White Privilege. Okay. So I think we went halvesies on it.
That's fire. Fucking beautiful, dude. Going halvesies with your boy on a crossbow.
It's fire. Like it's actually a lot of fun. Obviously you can only shoot like one arrow at a time. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
That's why you can't miss.
Accurate.
Don't miss.
It takes mad back to like load it up.
Oh, it's like doing a lat exercise, a lat pull.
So you put it like you put it on the ground and there's like a loop, like a metal loop that you put your foot in. Mm-hmm. And then that's like you're holding it down as you're like pulling the drawstring back.
Right.
And like locking in place. And then you put the arrow in.
That's cool. Back to guns real quick. Sick. What would be like your first gun if you had to? We talked to Mikey a lot about like different type of handguns, assault rifles, whatever. What would be your first cop?
I don't know. A handgun?
He was like saying that like everyone like, oh, Glocks. We're saying like Glocks are overrated and like not cool.
Obviously, I'm getting the fucking Golden Desert Eagle from Face Off.
Yeah, 2 of them. Whatever, the massive caliber fucking hand cannon.
Yeah, I'm going Castor Troy. And I'm fucking shooting up the airport.
These go public on YouTube. You're about to be on a no-fly list.
Not the airport, like the private hangar. The airport hangar. The airplane hangar. Like in Tenet.
Yeah, right.
Like in Face Off.
The clear port.
With the Golden Desert Eagles on my
dual wielding
Jim Jones shit. Yeah. Or not Jim Jones. Who had it? Who had the 50 Cent. No, just so he's a gun enthusiast. And I was just, it's like
a nut, not a nerd.
I'm not trying to kill anybody. But like I've shot guns before. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. In like a super controlled environment, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't know.
I was trying
Imagine if you just fucking pull up to the pod with a gun.
No, please don't, dude. Okay. And threaten me or threaten the audience. I was hoping.
We've had guns on the pod before. Not going to say who.
Oh, well,
not saying who.
That's really, I forgot about that. But that was a Zoom thing. So we weren't in the same room as said firearm, which honestly makes me feel, but it was cool.
And that guy was in a state where cut immediately. That guy was in a state where it was legal.
Yeah. I was hoping
or gal
before we left LA on Monday to hit the range. Not only am I friends with Mikey, who's a gun nut, but my buddy Nick, who I don't think you know, he's also has like a full arsenal and like does like he books like private range time. And he was like, yo, depending and my schedule didn't allow, but he's like, I'm gonna go early morning on Monday and just fucking that's his therapy, just like unload. And he has crazy shit.
It's just a thing to do. Like it's not even about shooting guns to like feel like you have a big dick. It's just like a thing to do. It's like playing poker.
Well, it's like therapeutic, I think.
Not even that. It's just like a thing. It's just a hobby. It's just like it's jujitsu. It's fucking doing puzzles. It's, it's collecting toy trains.
Various levels of autism.
As I get older and I'm not necessarily out here fucking staying out till dawn patrol and watching Daiki Suzuki paddle out while I'm going home, it's like, well, yeah, what are some hobbies that like seem like fun and interesting that could be, I'm not anyone that I never like lose myself in a hobby. I'm not like tennis, for example.
Right.
When I was playing with like Kyle from Brain Dead and all these, I had a funny moment where I was actually playing in a group clinic with Arun from Grailed, and
shout out Arun.
I ran out wide and I fucking missed the shot and I like got tangled up in the netting. This at McCarran Park, and I just screamed "fuck!" And I realized that Dev Hines is like sitting right there, who I've played with, and I'm just like, oh shit, my bad, Dev. I didn't mean to scream "fuck," and he's like, oh, what's up, mate? I mean, he's British, but he didn't say it like that. But
so
you're all good, dude.
So what I'm taking away from this is like James is in the market for a new hobby.
No. What I'm saying is that I'm not like, oh yeah, and you got to like do like the lead lining, and have you tried this string? And like, it's actually a foam core racket head. It's actually hollow, so like it's like you're hitting with a plank. I'm just like, yo, give me a racket, I'll just fucking hit.
Right,
and that's true. That's true of me with like clothing, right? I'm not I'm not diving deep into details. I'm just like, yo, I like this. I like it. I like it. I buy it. I wear it.
I like what I like type shit.
So I'm like, yo, maybe I'll just get a gun and just like shoot it when I can.
I'm not a big gun guy. Like I like them in movies. I obviously appreciate like the action they bring and shit like that. But when I've ever been to, the only few times I've been to a range in my life, I won't say that I've been like terrified on some like pussy shit, but it is not something that like I enjoy, but it does get the heart rate up for me and I can see like the appeal.
That's exercise for you.
Yeah, honestly. And I could use, just literally lifting my arm and pulling a trigger is more exercise than I normally do. But yeah, no range for me out in LA, unfortunately, because I was kind of hoping to kind of put aside my own like personal feelings and almost like go, not just to spend time with the homie, but then like to have something interesting to report back on. But it looks like we were talking about guns regardless. Yeah.
I mean, now there's a whole movement. I'm not necessarily into this, but it's like, yo, liberals, like fucking gun up.
Right.
Get your weight up.
Yeah.
Like, yo.
versus the come and take it crowd.
Exactly. It's like, like the he-theys like need to fucking get the arsenals up. Like Sock and Salad from Bushwick should like be armed for the pending Civil War. For the Civil War.
Yeah.
It's not about like prepping for doomsday. It's about like being, and there is data that's like, yo, all the outdoor survival classes, navigation, and like gun ownership, it is like kind of, there is a huge new demo is just like fucking libs.
Yeah. I mean, shit, dude. Why not fucking balance the scales to some degree? I'm not going to partake, but because I feel like in New York, it's super strict. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like we live in the wrong state to be fucking
wrong city
bearing arms.
The state is easy. The city.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Right. The city itself.
But
shout out all the drillers.
So we wrapped up LA with fun Friday Fiasco with Mikey, 3 men in a bed. Then you went and got a tattoo.
Oh yeah, I went and shout out Mr. Llewellyn. I hung out with him and Ramos. We did a little tattoo sesh. We went and played pool. Oh, I got two things. I got Lou interpolated some original art from Lawrence of Arabia right there. I mean, I don't know.
Is that a lion's head?
No, it's a face. It's like the face of a silhouette.
Like a clown?
It's not a fucking clown. And then
I've never seen the movie.
Okay. No, it's just it's original art from the poster. I have like an OG.
You got a poster on your wrist?
No, Kodak transparency. But he interpolated the art for me. So shout out Lou. And then I got a cheeky little devil because I'm a cheeky little devil.
Pull it up.
Oh, you can't see it. Cheeky little devil.
You know what that looks like?
What does that look like?
Gay little devils in the Saga of Jenny, starring Julie Andrews.
I mean, yo, you're talking to a gay little devil right now, dude. If I'm nothing else, I am a gay little devil. So
Saga of Jenny.
That was so shout out Lou. Appreciate that. I love to go to the #1 Flash tattooer and get something original, which is always nice. It makes me feel good about myself. And yeah, we had a good night. Yo, I suck at pool, but like if I get
here we go.
Fucked up enough,
bro. Look at
those that's literally
devils. That's what you got on your wrist.
A cheeky little devil that may or may not be homosexual. Maybe is. But no,
that's according to my gay friends. They said look at the gay little devils.
Yeah, you're looking at one right now, ladies and gentlemen. I suck at pool, but if I get drunk enough, I can unlock some swag. So we were playing some pool, and that was basically it. And then I saw you the next morning, very early, and
fun little Monday.
And then we hit LAX. You went shopping, right?
Yeah, not at night. I went during the day.
Yeah.
went shopping in Mohawk, and it was great.
You went back to the subs.
Well, I never got to shop. We tried to get there early before our event to shop Mohawk, and like one, not enough time. Two, it's like seeing all the staff there, Kevin, Carl, all the homies. So you're distracted. Also, there were like guys there early. So like mingling started early. Also, like parking's a fucking hoe. So it was like, you know, we had to do that before we got in there.
Right.
So I was like, all right, let me get there. We had some time. I had some time. Let me go get my shop on.
But I will say, before the party, I saw you browsing and maybe doing like a little mental wish list. Just some cursory kind of window shopping.
Just reintroduce myself to Mohawk's goods. And again, like you kind of forget, like, okay, for the people in New York, obviously everyone loves Ven right now.
Yeah.
Mohawk is kind of like, and they've been doing it for 17 years. It's like, you almost take it for granted of how good it is. And I think that's an apt comparison. Mohawk on the West Coast, Ven here.
Facts.
Even though Ven is like absolutely new on the block and Mohawk's been doing it for a minute. I think it's kind of, you know, similar. Cousins, baby. You have like the legacy guys, or literally our legacy, and also just like a ton of Drees.
Yeah.
A ton of Lamar. Good, you know, Asics, Solomon, Paraboot, Roa,
DMA.
Footwear. I didn't see DMA.
They have some DMA, yeah. But like, you know, like if there's like two pairs of DMAs, it's like the most dialed, like perfect pair from like Kevin's point of view, you know?
And then you have a lot of Orly, and then you have brands that like you're aware of, but are kind of tough to find still by hand. And then you have Kale, and then you have brands that you're like learning about, like Stein. Another shit where he's just happy to be there and just like walk you through it and be like, and kind of like as the man that has literally traveled into these showrooms, it's true of like, you know, Chris Green and any good buyer that's also working the floor. He's like, oh yeah, so like, you know, telling you the story and like the deal with like every garment. So that is just like the ideal fucking shopping experience.
Absolutely.
I picked up a bunch of the Teckle Orly.
Oh hell yeah, like the jammies.
Yep.
What did you do?
And the cashmere socks.
Full set.
Set, socks, boxers.
Are you a fancy pajama guy?
No. It was a gift.
Okay.
What else? Oh, some smock.
Ooh, smock. That's the other thing. Well, you wrote about smock in the in-store label. Like, dude, it's elevated. It's been elevated and elevating as we speak. Like those leathers, which I know they're like, I don't know how many are left.
Made in LA. Made in downtown LA.
Super small run. Those are fucking nice, dude.
Yeah.
Shout out to what's the designer's name?
Yushi.
The
coat, like the little fucking Harrington Coachy jackets are fucking gas. Coach jacket? No, it was just like a
Smock is a good deal too.
Yes.
That's the thing. And you could buy, and it's funny because like I was talking to some people at the event. People are just like, oh, this is a cool new brand smock that's stocked at Mohawk. It's like, no, that's like from their brain.
Yep.
They don't know.
Which,
they got to read your piece.
Yeah, read the piece. Or it's like, I'm sure Kevin doesn't give a fuck if people like, are like, yo, this brand is sick. It's a Mohawk. It's like,
it's mine.
Well, it's also in other stores.
Yeah, true.
It's in Ven.
That's kind of like the ultimate cosign. The in-store label is at other stores.
Yeah.
Because it's so good.
Yeah. Or it's so good that people are like, oh, yo, this is sick fucking brand. Like that's the whole point of designing the in-house inline label. Yo, I'm manifesting this.
Yeah.
Mohawk General Store / Smock pop-up in New York in the spring.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Like
I was telling Kevin, I was like, bro, you got to get it over there. Because it's also at this point, the Smock's materials are such that it's like one of those brands where you need to touch it to understand it.
That leather, so supple. You wouldn't know.
I bought some perforated, like kind of performance-y shorts that the meshness of it, you can't see online. Right. He's like, yeah, I could not get it to translate online. He's like, I was shining a light through it so like you could see the light emit through like the holes in the pores. And he's like, I just couldn't get it.
Porous jaw.
But when you see it in person and you touch that shit and you put dick on cloth, you know how good it is. Do
you, when you're manifesting that, do you see like a dedicated smock space or maybe at a place like Ven that already has smock? Who knows?
Let's say I made some, I CC'd some people on some emails.
Interesting.
I'll just say that.
Okay. Do they,
as I want to do.
Because you're the expert in this, does smock release collections seasonally or is it just like drops as they kind of make stuff? Do you know how it works?
I think it's kind of like a hybrid.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, so if there's some new shit coming down the pike.
Smock is kind of designed for like the Southern California man. So
okay.
Got a lot of like outerwear.
Right.
Kind of those like little like kind of crop Coachy jackets that we saw. I think that's like kind of the extent of what they've done so far.
Right.
But a lot of suiting.
Casual suiting. Great casual
suiting. A lot
suiting.
of shirting, a lot of trow. The leathers, like you said. I guess the leathers are kind of warm weather, or sorry, cold weather.
Yeah. But those are like that's a new hero piece, which again, like the runs were super small. Yeah. But if they sell out, like hopefully they continue to fucking double down on that, because like they fucking nailed it, dude. Those were honestly everything that I saw in person when I was doing my little window shopping with you the night of the party. I think the smock leather was the thing that really jumped out the most. Yeah. Besides some of the para boots that they like, I don't know if they were like made expressly for Mohawk, but it was like para boots that I hadn't really seen before, or using materials that I hadn't seen before, right. like a Michael that was freaked with like the most supple kind of leather or something like that. That was the stuff that really jumped out at me for sure.
That dark green Michael was fucking gaseous.
Oh my God, dude. So fire.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was the extent of our time in LA. And then, I mean, traveling back is always a lot of fun.
Coming home.
LAX Delta 1. That was fun.
Heaven on earth.
Outside.
Yeah.
Eating. Well, we didn't eat the sushi.
Was that called a terrarium? Like, what is that shit? Like,
I don't fucking know.
Yeah. We got steak frites, dude.
We got steak frites
at 11 a.m. No, for sure. But it's like the fact that, you know, that's like, what a way to kill time before your wheels up, baby.
On the steak frites.
Who's the guy helping us out who rocked?
Trey. Shout out Trey.
Dude, what a fucking guy, dude.
Yeah. At first it was like, oh God, a fucking chatty server. But then he's like, this guy's actually rules. I mean, he had such the California, like, what's up, my dudes? Yeah. But then he's like, yeah, I'm from fucking Northern California.
It's from Seattle. I think it's from Washington.
Seattle. He's from Seattle.
Yeah. And then also like
he's big on the Seattle hip hop scene.
Yeah, huge. He's a big A&R in Seattle hip hop, which is what he's doing out in LA on his internship.
And I was like, Seattle hip hop, like Macklemore's like, no, dude, like Obley Reed and like Khalifa the Prophet or whatever the fuck, I don't know.
Shout out Macklemore. I know you're a real person. I know you're listening right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Big throw gang. He was a very enthusiastic guy. I had a great conversation after you left where he was asking about the podcast. Right when you left, it was exposed what we kind of did. We were just kind of talking to him casually, and then he kind of was asking us about himself. You absconded to your flight with a very interesting flight mate, which we'll get into in a second. But he was saying like, oh, like who do you interview on your show? And I was telling him the kind of wide range of different types of guests. And I was like, yeah, we'll have like a rapper on every so often. And he just started naming rappers. And I shit you not, every rapper he named was someone we had on the show. And he was like really blown because he threw out Denzel Curry. He threw out JID. He threw out who else?
Well, I guess we're doing a great job marketing our rapper episodes.
I mean, well, he wasn't even familiar with what Throwing Fits was. So
okay, exactly. Well, but he's like, I love these rappers. It's like, well, maybe you should be aware of like their media appearances.
Yeah,
and that's on us.
That's true. Though all those people that I think we just mentioned, those rappers have done a good job of tapping in with the collab function on Instagram. So shout out to all those people. Yeah, Denzel, I think collabed.
I don't know, whatever. I mean, the sickest shit was we were just like, okay, so Nav was. You came in all giddy, and I was like, what's up? Yeah, you got a Bloody Mary. Cool. You're like, no. It's Nav, bro. Nav's at the bar.
Nav's at the bar, dude.
He's like, look. And I'm like, yo, it's Nav. Yeah. I was like, did you say what up? And you're like, no. And I was like, I'm going to go say what up.
Right.
I was going to pitch to come on the podcast. And I sidle up to the bar, not too far, not too close. He's literally the only person sitting at the bar.
Kind of say I watched all of this happen.
As soon as I'm about to like kind of just be like, oh, yo, what's up? I'm a fan.
Yeah. Play it cool.
You know, fellow guy to guy shit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in Delta 1.
Yeah, we're both Delta 1.
I'm wearing a dad hat and a fucking leather jacket. I'm a guy. I look like a guy.
Should we fit check him?
Well, as soon as I was about to go up to him, the bartender fucking
got snaked.
Cock blocked me, which apparently is a no-no because we said to Trey, we're like, yo, did you say what up to him? He's like, no, I'm not allowed to.
You're not supposed to.
But the bartender, not to fucking snitch on him, and I won't give his name or his government. Let's call him B. Bartender. He's like, oh, by the way, bro, I'm a big fan.
What was Nav's reaction?
He's like, oh, appreciate it, man.
Oh, cool.
And then another bartender came and took my drink on. I'm like, Arnold Palmer? He's like, you know, that's so funny. Like, I'm from the South, and like, we never call it Arnold Palmer. And I'm just like, oh, shut up. Like, I'm trying to listen to this Nav.
You're not supposed to engage, dog. It's the rules.
Don't talk to me.
I'm also famous.
Yeah.
In my own way.
The Arnold Palmer kind of sucked until I put my ginger shot into it.
He was definitely, the way that I perceived his kind of setup was that he was kind of in like stealth mode, where it was like hood up.
He was on FaceTime with someone.
Okay. Headphones in, hood up.
Yeah, of course.
It looked like a Warren Lotus sweatsuit was kind of like what I...
Nope. It was Who Decides War.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Shout out Ev.
Full set. I don't know what the kicks were because the pants were fucking ballooning over them. with the Go-Yard bag.
Hell yeah.
And
alone, flying
solo dolo,
no security.
Well, and then I ended up on the flight with him, which we'll talk about. But before I left Delta One, we were talking to Trey, and we're like, so like, what's the deal with like, I don't know, we just got to talk about like the famous people, and it's like, yeah, duh, all the fucking celebs that fly through LAX come through Delta One,
right?
And we're like, who's the coolest? Who's the sickest? And he was like, do you guys watch The Simpsons? You don't, which is insane. Explains a lot, to be honest. And I was like, yeah,
what's that supposed to mean? That I'm an uncultured Philistine?
You're missing this huge hole of like American pop culture.
It's a cultural
comedy.
blind spot, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but it's a big one. It's a big one.
So okay, I'll say this. The Simpsons are my greatest cultural blind spot. I'm sure you have one.
Yeah.
What is it?
Probably movies. I don't know.
Just fucking all movies.
Sleeper ass movies.
Okay. Snooze fest. Okay.
Snoozers.
Okay. So Trey mentioned that
he's like, yeah, well, this guy, just this like normal looking guy, like I served him. He's like, oh, my client. I served my client.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, at the end, when he signed the bill, he's like, oh, do you like The Simpsons? He's like, yeah, I like The Simpsons. He's like, okay, cool. And instead of tipping, which at first when he saw that there wasn't a tip, Trey was like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, what the
then
hell,
you realize
dude?
that on the back of the bill, on the merchant copy, Matt Groening had given him an original Bart Simpson doodle with a little note, thank you, Delta One.
Yep. And signed, obviously. Yeah.
And dated, which is like, one, so fucking sick.
Yeah,
if you're a Simpsons person, also just like a fan of like American pop culture.
Mm-hmm.
But then two, and maybe this is Matt Groening's intention or not, it's like that itself is worth a lot of money.
He was like, Trey was like, I'm getting this authenticated and like keeping it as like, an investment that will hopefully appreciate over time versus like getting the, 25% tip, whatever Matt Groening would leave. What's funny to me is that like, okay, let's go back to that scenario. Matt Groening, you're the server. He asks you, are you a fan of The Simpsons? If you're like, nah, not really, whatever, then you just get the tip, presumably, right?
Yeah,
you don't get the sketch.
Yeah.
So if any service industry workers are listening and some guy who you just served, when the bill arrives, is he bald? That was the thing too. It's like, what does he even look like?
So one of them, there's like two or three creators. One of them kind of looks like Homer Simpson, or you know what, Matt Groening. I think that Homer's hair and his ear is the MG.
Oh,
so
right.
Signature's
Yes,
like in the doodle.
Yeah. But anyway, if you are serving someone and they ask you if you like The Simpsons, whether you do or you don't,
Matt Groening kind of looks like Phil Seymour Hoffman.
Let me see. The GOAT, PSH. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. But good hair though, not Homer hair. Good hair.
No, yeah.
But yeah, anyway, guys, just say yes because it could be Matt Groening and you could be getting a fucking original frameable piece of art that when he dies could be worth 10 racks.
Yeah. He's based on Matt Groening's father. Homer is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're not a Homer fan.
No, I do.
Fucking
I mean, I'm a Homer type of guy.
Bald,
stupid,
sits on his ass,
stupid, gluttonous,
loves beer,
heart of gold,
loves beer,
loves choking children,
doesn't, shirks his responsibilities.
Whoa,
all the shit, bro.
Okay, all right, okay. But you know what? But deep down, good guy, heart of gold.
Sure.
Heart of yellow. Is Homer not like a pure soul? Despite being kind of a moron,
all right,
obviously.
Maybe you're not really like Homer then.
Okay.
Yeah, but around that heart is just like a layer of just like clogged arteries.
Not a big donut guy.
Yeah.
I don't even know the last time I had a donut, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a sweet tooth type of motherfucker. I'm
gonna bring some donuts to tomorrow's photo shoot, by the way.
What do you say?
I'm gonna bring some donuts to tomorrow's photo shoot.
Well, I guess my first donut in a long time will be tomorrow. You know,
I'm
gonna
have
tap
to
in.
eat it. So yeah, that was cool. I mean, shout out the Delta One Lounge in LAX. So
did you have an old plane or a new plane? I was in an old joint.
I think
sucked.
Damn.
Old. For Nav, that's embarrassing.
But lucky for me, Nav was on my flight.
Hell yeah.
And unfortunately for me, he was kind of like in the other aisle, so I couldn't say like what up without like traveling over there, which is fucking weird.
Or even like see what he watches and how he travels.
So he had the seat in front of the bathroom. Super unfortunate. And that's why I will never let someone else book my own shit. Because I'm very particular about where my seat is. I can't be near the bathrooms.
Why is that? Just like the constant.
I don't want to smell people's fucking shit. What are you talking about?
Yeah, okay.
And it's like constant foot traffic.
Weren't you the guy that was like, yeah, just when you fart on a plane, it doesn't count. So you're just stinking up the joint anyway?
Yeah, for me.
Okay.
But I don't want to sit next to the bathroom.
Who's the bad guy now?
There's constantly 300 people just like using one toilet.
My thing would be like, if I'm trying to sleep, it's going to be all of that foot traffic is going to be.
Yeah, and the door opening, closing, the toilet flushing, shit banging around, people fucking. So I was like, that's why I never had people booked because I also like, kind of like the AB, like, are you like close to the window or close to the aisle? I need to be close to the window.
Same. I want that
So
as well.
unfortunately, I was in the aisle with some woman and like I couldn't close the divider.
Oh,
so
rough.
But whatever, just recline and we're good. But I did go to the bathroom and so I was able to see what Nav was watching.
Hit me.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, perfect. Dude.
We had it queued up. I don't know, because this was before we took off. He was still on FaceTime. Still draining that battery.
Of course, dude. Well, you could charge it in Delta One or on any plane.
So he had Once Upon a Time in Hollywood queued up.
I wonder if he's ever seen it. Or if he's like, oh, now's my time to watch this instant modern classic.
The sweatsuit looked cozy. I don't know if he was like flat the whole time or what.
Sunglasses on while flying in the plane. Do you remember? That to me is interesting.
No.
That feels like
that's too dick.
I don't.
Also, you're Delta One. You're among your people. You see that guy that was looking at you at the bar with the dad hat and the leather jacket on. And you're like, you know what? Like, I'm comfortable. I can take my sunnies off.
Damn, that sucks that you never got to have the nav interaction.
Yeah.
You didn't get to navigate that personal interaction. He, to me, rules, dude. I know we used to joke about the Dusty Caesar and shit, which he still has, but he's awesome, dude.
By the way, so I was checking out at the bar and the guy that had fucking snaked me was talking to his friend about Nav. And I was like, oh, how was he? He's like, oh, cool. It was cool. Like, I was like, yo, listen to your music. He's like, oh, what do you listen to? He's like, oh, I listen to this one song every time I work out. He's like, what song? So he's kind of quizzing him. I was like, yeah, bro, that's Nav, the first brown boy to get a pop. And he's like, what?
I think, and also B Dot, I believe, was he African American? He's a black man?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't see race. Except when it comes to Nav.
Wait, so you dropped the first brown boy to get a popping and it just completely flew over him like Delta One?
Like,
okay, dude. It's like his words, not mine.
Yeah.
He really is. I don't know if, also, has anyone ever fact checked that? The first brown boy to ever get a poppin'?
He is.
Punjabi MC? That could be, should that be the outro music?
No, it should be Nav.
My favorite thing about Nav is that on Nav's first mixtape, which is called Nav, there's also a song called Nav,
Fire,
which is incredible.
He believes himself.
Yeah, I know some good Nav deep cuts. I'll handle that.
I saw the craziest shit though.
Yeah,
and the crazy shit because like when we're getting off the plane, he had a guy with like the board with like the iPad with his name on it.
Yeah,
like his real name, which I'm sure is like available on the internet. I think it's like Navreet Singh or something like that.
Yeah,
look it up.
I'm going to right now. Anyway, continue.
What is it?
Navraj Singh Goraya.
There you go. The guy was normally you see that like when you leave the point of no return into baggage claim.
Yeah,
this guy was at the gate where we were deboarding. So that means that this guy, and at first I was like, is that like his like team member? No, it's just a fucking driver. That guy bought a ticket, went through security, went through TSA to be at the gate where you like immediately get off the plane.
Is there any scenario where because it's Nav, like they let that guy just TSA lets him do that?
No.
Fills out some paperwork ahead of time?
I think it was just like price sorted low to high the tickets and just like bought like a one-way ticket to fucking like Delaware.
Yeah, right.
Then like made his way over to Terminal 4. Yeah, bought a one-way ticket to fucking Cooperstown, New York. Made his way over to the international long-haul terminal and just picked up Nav. And I was like, that's fucking crazy. That guy bought a ticket to come pick up Nav.
Or Nav bought him a ticket, right? Yes.
And then two more people joined like the security detail around Nav.
Were they goons or like team members, label people? Would you
say? Goons. Like, kind of like dry, like in like bad black suits.
Right.
All seemingly South Asian.
Cool. He's a job creator.
A woman. One of them was a woman.
Nice.
They offered to take his go-yard. He said, no, thank you.
Did he have a ton of luggage? Like, why would he want? Because then you have to walk with those people and spend more time with the help, presumably. Like, what is the point of that? They carry your bags?
I don't know. No, because we weren't at baggage claim yet. When we got to baggage claim, they got his bags for him.
What suitcase? Is he a Remova guy?
No.
What is it?
It just looked like kind of like my shit, just like a
Toomey?
Like a Monos or like some D2C, whatever.
I would expect Nav to like a Supreme Remova guy, you know?
You know what was the fucking Remova guy? It was another guy in Delta One, of course, wearing the Balenciaga soccer jersey with the matching Louis luggage set.
Oof.
And he went up and was like, he just like dapped up Nav as like fellow cool guy to cool guy.
Yeah, real
He's wearing
cool.
some fucking like horrendous shoes. He was Remova guy. So that's the company you keep. in your Ramova family.
I know. Well, I will say we didn't talk about this. Shout out to our friends at Toomey. I think I'm converted, bro. I think I'm fully a Toomey guy now. But also, Toomeys are as expensive. It's not like any more of like a deal.
Yeah,
but it's good shit. Anyway,
it's a Toomey.
It's not the Toomey.
So Nav had 3 people buy plane tickets to pick him up at the gate for some reason. So he didn't have to like walk that like 10 minutes between like getting off the plane and like baggage claim.
That is so unnecessary.
It was awesome.
But if you're, because here's the thing with Nav, right? Forget about like him as an artist, as a producer, he must be making crazy residuals from all the Travis Scott fucking features and beats and things like that, you know?
Hey man,
and the weekend,
he was just on FaceTime, just fucking chatting with his close friends and family.
You know what? I would have loved to, if I had had the balls to go up and talk to the first brown boy to ever get a poppin, is to see where he kind of stands on like the current kind of, the anti-Drake fucking wave, because he's XO. The weekend, I believe, discovered Nav, or like that's who put him on, right? I think Nav is still signed to XO.
I think most people, except for the people that replied to, Wayne and I guess like Snoop Dogg, I think most people are just kind of like, like, leave me out of it. Like Frazier's article on Future that finally came out.
And Metro,
which I think that must have been because like Future didn't give them enough.
Yeah,
like,
probably. All right, we need another.
Get in Metro. We
need literally to double the amount of quotes from another cover star.
But for long time listeners of the podcast, when we were there when the fuck were we there? September?
In Paris.
And I talked about running into Frazier, and I was like, yeah, he's here with a rapper. That he used with Future.
Yeah, totally. You made that super clear.
Writing this article.
Yeah.
And Future's like, yo, I don't even know there was a beef. Like, I think most people are just like, yo, like, leave me the fuck out of it.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not fucking on this tit for tat shit.
Can we spend like 5 minutes on GNX and new K-Dot? You like it?
Bro.
Do you like it?
Lawrence! Give us your thoughts on Kendrick Lamar. I really want to hear a white comedian speaking on a black artist. That ain't.
Oh, I was going to say, that's so sweet of you to call me a comedian. But you're just, I think that line is about Schultz, right?
Who cares?
Honestly, I do not care about that. Do you like it?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. It's really fucking good. And
he made an Evil Hyphy album. I love hyphy music. You know that.
Dude, Evil Hyphy is awesome. That's a great way to describe it.
I saw a tweet.
We're like an Evil Hyphy podcast now that we're LA pilled. I like how
hyphy is Bay Area.
No, I know, but just like that bounce in those beats. That at least
your fellow white Jersey boy, Jack swagging off.
That's great. Honestly, he's the biggest winner from this whole thing, because like now he's maybe cool.
Now he's birdified.
Yeah, for real. I'd mentioned this to you off mic, but there's a famous, I think it's Scorsese quote where he's like, when he's talking about making movies, he's like, I make one for me and like one for them. And I don't think this 100% applies to Kendrick, but it's like you do To Pimp a Butterfly, you win a Pulitzer, and not that that's not an iconic album that came out at a very fraught time and like has all this cultural significance, but then you followed up with Damn, a little more commercial, a little more bops, a little less like, cerebral. Then you do like a Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, another concept album that's a little mid to me, and then you hit them with another one like this where there's slaps, bro. So for me, when it comes to appreciating Kendrick Lamar as a white man, this is the kind of shit that I personally want to listen to. And I was surprised how much I enjoyed it.
When he's talking about, Black Lives Mattering.
We gonna be all right.
Politics. Yeah, he gonna be so white.
I'm gonna be so white. And because I'm so white, I'm always gonna be all right. That's just the truth of the matter, bro.
True. Wow.
That's society.
Honestly,
that's society, dude.
Yo, big stepper over here.
Do you have it?
Big stepper.
Do you have it downloaded?
Do I have it downloaded?
Yeah, on your phone.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Because we don't need to get into the whole Spotify, Apple thing that Chef, I think, so eloquently kind of like laid out in Chef Jams. Check it out on the Substack right now. Fantastic. For me, my greatest cosign as an Apple Music user is, am I downloading this album to my library so I have it at my disposal, whether or not I have service? And GNX is currently locked and fucking loaded.
Cool.
There you go. Anyway, moving on. That was the Kendrick
possible
talk.
Go to the year. He's killing all your idols, bro. He killed Drake. He killed Wayne. Or not?
Did he kill? I think he approached. What is he supposed to say? That's like I think
all your idols are just. Lil Wayne's last dreadlock came out.
I think the Wayne thing he handled diplomatically.
Okay.
The Drake shit is he fucking now you bodied that guy. It's no one's denying that.
Though if I'm if I'm one of Kendrick's boys from his hood and Drake offered me Bitcoin and I took it, I am now rich.
Well, apparently there is a guy that took it and then fed him misinformation. I was reading some genius annotations.
Okay, cool. Very.
As a white man, I was doing a little reading over the weekend about Kung Fu Kenny, Mr. Dot himself.
What's the Bitcoin price right now? Let's see.
100. Is it 6 figs yet?
Nah, it's down to 94.
Oh, it's down. Well, down to 94. Fucking great problems to have
Never hit
for our
99.
fellow crypto boys.
Yeah.
That are still in the game,
You still
such as like,
hodling?
for example, yourself. No, dude, I'm out,
Damn.
bro. I'm out.
Sorry.
Dude, that's why with my addictive personality, as you can attest to, I was so in because it becomes
So
gambling.
what happened to it? Where'd it go?
I sold it.
All right.
I sold all my shit coin. I only had shit coin.
Oh.
I never had any actual fucking real deal bit. I was not birdified. I was fucking shitified, dude.
Damn, bro. Drake should have asked you about if Kendrick was hiding a child.
I mean, listen, I would have taken the money and been like, maybe.
All right, what do you want to talk about next? You're running this show.
The weirdest development that I think happened since we were gone and came back is that ComplexCon, which I think has been a bit of a punchline on this show, is like so fucking back. And shout out our friend Jacob Gallagher, who did some great reporting from Vegas. I guess it was technically CactusCon. I was very surprised at the unadulterated level of influence that a guy like Travis Scott, who I know is very popular with a certain like demographic in terms of like age, and even like Cardi to some extent, like they almost, the way that I read Gallagher's piece and then even the greater kind of situation that was happening at CactusCon in Vegas is that like hypebeast culture is alive and well on the backs of these guys, Travis and Cardi, who are like way more influential than I think I was willing to give them credit for. And I don't know if you agree or disagree. I was blown away.
I am surprised at how blown away you are. Bro, it's just fucking Kanye in 2016. It's the same thing.
Sure.
It's just like replace the main characters, and it's like the consumerism is just as rabid, if not more, right? I don't know when ComplexCon started, like 2018.
Right when we left. So maybe even before that.
2017.
Yeah.
Did I go as a complex person?
I never
don't
went to
know.
Long Beach, thankfully.
Bro.
I don't want to go. By the way, I don't want to go there.
Right. No, neither do I. There's like, I don't know how many hundreds of vendors, but yeah, you're only seeing like the Vetmont Travis, the fucking Hell Stars, and the Peli Peli Opium, whatever. For every, there's like hundreds of vendors that I'm sure were just like,
why the fuck am I here?
Why are my crocheted cat ear beanies not selling?
Yeah.
Why am I wearing one to sell my own shit? Yes. Here's what I'll say. I think that like streetwear, or kind of just like men's style, men's fashion, is in a place where it reminds me of the previous hypebeast era, because it is like, yo, it doesn't matter if shit looks good or is aesthetically pleasing.
Right.
It's just about scarcity.
Sure.
And it's about like being first, flexing the hardest. It's incredibly superficial. And the aesthetics of everything are so fucking trash. when grown men are like wearing cat ear crochet beanies, like
Sure.
as featured in that article, and also Two Tone was talking about it, it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
We're all the way back at fucking like foxtails and like the hypebeast aesthetics of like the extreme hypebeast aesthetics of 2016, kind of like early Virgil, Off-White, Pyrex era, where if that was like the good stuff, everything that spawned from that was like so extreme, where people are just like trying to capitalize on the moment, on the aesthetics, on just like, kind of like luxe drug dealer trap type shit.
Yeah.
Taking a noir and going to its like the furthest you can take it in terms of just like luxe trap shit.
Yeah.
And now it's just like gamer streamer.
It is weirdly that Y2K
like
shit.
Gamer streamer Y2K like furry almost furries.
Yeah, the furries are in the mix.
So to me, it's the same it always was. It's just kind of like it's
same as it ever was.
Same as it ever was. It's just kind of shifted a little bit. Like, yeah, you swap out the main players. Like obviously Travis was part of it, and Cardi was part of like the shit we're talking about, like from 2016 era. And now they are the Kanyes.
You're right. It is like replacing Kanye as like the avatar. And I guess like we saw it at, now that we're talking this out, which is the beauty of the podcast, because I'm learning so much just sitting here. So I can't even imagine what's happening to you fine folks at home. We saw it at Flognaw, because that's like the Tyler thing too, where it's like you get that one guy, the cult of personality, that becomes the center of like a universe. I guess what was surprising to me is it's one thing to see it at a music festival where we are, while there's merch, while there's guys cosplaying, while there's guys doing paint by number fits, as we talked about with all the Tyler clones, the point is still the music and like that product. Whereas like at CactusCon, while yes, there were performances by Cardi and Travis, and that is like a huge fucking draw, it's commerce forward. And I guess I wasn't giving those guys enough credit in terms of like galvanizing this extreme concentration of how many tens of thousands of people, like to get all those people in the building. And I understand that some people are there to like flip stuff. And that was part of Jacob's article where it's like, we're here for the financial instrument element, which is like, as we've said before, like the wackest, corniest thing. I guess I was just like surprised that there was that many people willing to like indulge in these cult of personalities in like one place in 2024.
It's just a refreshing of the cycle.
Yeah.
Anyone that was like in there, let's say they were 25 in 2016, that was 8 years ago. Now they're like early 30s. They're probably, hopefully not fucking killing themselves, spending money to go wait online, to go spend money to then post something and then be like,
yeah,
all right, well now I got a fucking cactus plant flea market jock strap. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so now it's a new crop of 25-year-olds that like were 15 10 years ago.
Let me ask you a question. If ComplexCon that happens in Vegas and it's not this CactusCon attached to Travis and by extension Cardi, does it have the same result? Are there still that many hype beasts, or do you need those anchors and tent poles to make something like this really over the top? And then like, is this what we're going to be doing now moving forward with these cons, is having faces that are like A-list celebs running it?
Yeah, that was, yes. And this isn't the first one that's happened. I think like Pharrell was like Pharrell did like the creative direction or whatever of ComplexCon last year or a few years ago. Yeah, I mean, I think the sales around, I saw some figure where it's like Travis did like $30 million in sales.
Crazy, dude.
Just
Crazy.
in like a few days.
Yeah, that's wild.
Credit to ComplexCon for providing like a physical actual space for all this to happen.
Yeah.
Because like
a fuckery hub.
This was all like 30 million sales for Travis, like was floating in the air. It's just like it was given a physical site for it to actually occur.
Yeah. I guess also my point is that like if it was like another artist, you'd be like, yo, this is kind of like an L being the face of like a ComplexCon. But like Travis not only strengthened and again, like I said, galvanized his base, but then he's just making all this money. It's like almost like a no brainer where like,
yeah, and that fucking check he got for being the face, I'm sure was pretty nice too.
Absolutely. So it's like the rich get richer, but I'm just like, yeah, who are they going to do this with next? Like Tyler would never agree to this because it's like maybe bad for his brand. And I think, unless I'm wrong. But it's like, who else could do this?
It's like the Super Bowl halftime show. Fucking Wayne's going to do it next year.
The Super Bowl halftime show, I think, that's an arrived kind of like flag in the ground moment for your legacy as a musical artist. And think about who's done it previously.
I'm saying, no. What I'm saying is that like who could do that? Like you need the catalog. Like it's a subset of like the superstars that can do the Super Bowl halftime show.
Right. Only certain people. Yeah.
Only certain people. And I think the same could be said of like being the face of like the biggest consumer fucking frenzy weekend in the world, where it's like, yeah, you need to command like people to the point where it's like, yo, spend this money. And they're like, how much?
Right.
Tell me, like, yeah, I got to spend this money.
Jump how high type shit. Yeah. I wonder who else is in that conversation. Tyler for sure. Pharrell. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of like, in terms of like, because this is a male oriented thing, let's be real, right? So it's like not going to be a Beyonce. That's not going to happen. I wonder who else could be on the short list.
K-pop motherfuckers?
Maybe. I don't know. BTS when they're back from the military.
They're on the military?
Well, that's the whole thing. They took a break because, well, I think
just one of them, right?
I don't know. I thought the whole thing in South Korea is like everyone at some point.
Yeah, but I think a few of the big stars have gotten pardons from.
But one of them, I think, right, is like literally serving. You know, thank you for your service, one guy in BTS.
He's serving.
Yeah.
All right. What else do you want to talk about, Lawrence?
I don't know. We can talk about, this will be the last step before Thanksgiving. You're back on Letterboxd just to shout out How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Yeah.
When you see, and by the way, this is like one of Jenna's favorite movies. I've seen it multiple times. I do think it is good to see you throw 5 stars around and get back on Letterboxd to shout out How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Part of me is like, how much?
Oh, did I ruin the sanctity of Letterboxd by giving something 5 stars?
No. What I'm wondering is like, how sincere are you being?
It's great. It's a smacker.
Yeah,
it's fucking rules. Yeah, it's a great rom-com. Love rom-coms.
Have you seen it before?
Yeah, not in a long time though.
Okay, right.
McConaughey being back in I don't know, the forefront of pop culture by his like viral tuna salad. Seen that?
No, what's that about?
All right, here's the deal, man. Sunday end of the week. I'm cleaning out the fridge. I'm putting everything in the tuna salad. First of all, can of tuna salad. Come on now, right? Then we emptying out all the veggies.
All right.
Pepperoncini. You ever had pepperoncinis?
I love pepperoncini.
Pepperoncinis.
Wait, is this like a TikTok? You did a TikTok or what is?
He was on like the Bert Kreischer podcast.
Oh, so it's like a clip from that.
Pepperoncini's little kick.
Like what is that? 2 bears, 1 cave, or whatever the fuck.
So shout out our boy Dom at Dirty Seltzer. Apparently, he's
Dirty
Water. Sorry, he's a big TikTok guy. Because it got served up. He's like, "Is that Dom doing the Matthew McConaughey viral tuna salad?"
Did he like use the sound?
And I was like, "That's a crazy amount of engagement." I swipe over. I go to shit. He has like 6 figgy followers. Woo! He just does food shit.
Shout out Dom, baby.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, Dom is a fucking TikTok mover.
Gen Z fucking mover and shaker entrepreneur.
All right, so you do. I don't know. He just puts in. Oh, he puts in wasabi. That's the big thing.
Oh, interesting. Spicy. Yeah. That's like a worldly high end version of tuna salad. I can get.
Well, it's more like, oh
I hate
shit,
tuna
yeah.
salad,
Of course you would put wasabi in a tuna salad. Duh.
Yeah, wasabi and tuna, peanut butter and jelly for Japanese people. Yeah,
sure.
I'm just trying to think of sushi.
But
wait, so how to lose a guy in 10 days? This is the one thing that it made me think of.
I've been trying to watch on planes either 10 things I hate about you or how to lose a guy in 10 days. It's the power of 10.
I was going to say there's a theme here. I'm sensing a theme.
What's the theme? 10?
Yeah.
10 things I hate about you. It being based on Shakespeare, fucking pass. Not a fan of her plays. That's right.
Wow.
That's
dude.
fucking right.
See what he did there? That's called a little bait and switch.
That's fucking right.
Thanks, woke.
Yeah. No, Shakespeare was a goddess. A goatess.
Thanks, woke.
That's a goatess. What do you mean thanks, woke? Because Shakespeare was a woman.
Shakespeare was not a woman, bro. Shakespeare was, what's the movie about? Is it Shakespeare in Love? Where Shakespeare's
played by a fucking woman accurately? Yeah.
Wait, no way.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Speaking of Paltrow, did you see her on Late Night Shout Out Our Legacy?
Yeah.
That was fucking crazy. She could have easily, I guess she's playing some game with Jimmy Fallon, and I forget who the other person was because I only saw that clip, but apparently it was something about like she stole Timmy Chalamet's scarf and she's telling that story. If I'm Gwyneth, and obviously Gwyneth like knows brands, she has Goop, she's plugged in, she's a tasteful woman. She could have easily been like, oh yeah, like I don't remember the brand, but she like was like, Our Legacy? That's a brand, right? Our Legacy. And I'm like, holy shit, what a fucking shout out. And a cosign. And a cosign if she sold a scarf, but that's neither here nor there.
Sure, although celebrity cosigns don't do shit.
Yeah.
Unless you're tuna salad and Matthew McConaughey is plugging you.
But you know the Joker and crew definitely feel good to get the name drop from Shakespeare.
Sure.
Herself. My question.
Sorry, what are you talking about?
My question.
Paltrow and Our Legacy?
My question for you was, when I saw that you watched How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, it made me
great New York film, great post 9/11 film, great golden age, the last fledgling golden days of media.
Oh, it is post 9/11. Oh my God.
2003.
Wow.
The Knicks are playing the Sacramento Kings.
Mm-hmm.
We never know who wins game 7. They split the first 2 games 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
Allen Houston missed the game winner in game 2.
You know who wins? Love wins. That's what's important.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We don't know what happens after those first 13 days. Here's a question for you.
Oh, okay.
Buddy.
I was going to ask you a question.
Where does the family of Matthew McConaughey's character, Benjamin something, a character who speaks with a Texan accent, where does the family live?
I haven't seen it. Is there like an actual answer and you're like testing me? Mm-hmm. Like based on listening to his accent, where do they live? Where they're from?
You got to get the tuna salad just right, partner.
Okay. Is it Texas?
No.
Oh,
what? No. What? No.
Uh-oh. So the joke is that the ironic thing is that he's speaking with a Texan accent.
He's speaking with a Texas accent,
but he's not from Texas.
And I'm like, he's a fucking diehard Knicks fan.
Okay. Wait, and they meet his parents in the movie. So his parents, okay. So it's a tri-state area thing. Is he from New Jersey?
Nope.
New York State?
Yes.
Okay. Is it like Woodstock?
Staten Island.
Staten Island.
Yeah.
Okay. That good Staten Island, Southern accent.
His dad was in the Navy. He got relocated from, I don't know, Galveston to fucking Tottenville.
Okay.
To guard the coast of the garbage dump. I don't fucking know.
I mean, the racism translates. That is, well, you know what? He's a Southern New Yorker. Staten Island, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. That is pretty funny. Staten
Great
Island.
movie.
Yeah. All timer. My question for you was, when I see that you watch How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, I'm like, why don't we, I think, why not flip it? How would you, James K. Harris, lose a girl in 10 days? What are some things that you're employing to fucking piss a bitch off?
Jesus. Probably use the B word. First
Okay,
of all.
there you go. So call her derogatory names.
Have her listen to this podcast where Lawrence will just like divulge personal information about things I've told him off mic about the relationship.
Okay. I don't do that anymore because it's wrong.
How would you? I don't know. That's a terrible.
I'm just throwing you a prompts.
What an evil fucking premise.
Yeah, well, it's the premise of the movie.
I would interview girls poker night. I would, with a minute left in the Knicks game 1, I would send her to get me a Coke, or and send her back because it's not Diet Coke.
Or it's like, get me a beer. Oh no, I wanted a. I didn't want
a Stella.
I wanted a Coors Light.
I wanted for some fucking the mountains weren't even blue, bitch.
I was gonna say have her pick up the check. I was just thinking like general things, and these are like obviously people can avoid at home.
I don't know. I don't know how I'd lose a girl in 10 days.
All right. So bad prompt.
How would you
hand up? That's on me.
How would you get divorced in 10 days?
I'm doing it right now, dude. Just living my life at my cruising altitude. Whatever I'm doing is just fucking honestly, I'll be real, just existing. I'm a drain on all those close to me.
I'm so sorry for your pending divorce. This movie fucking, maybe, you know what? Why don't you go home tonight? Instead of your regular Monday night of going out playing pool all night, watch How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days with your wife. That was a work trip. But
no, at that point, our work was done.
Fair.
We had the last thing was potting with Mikey, I believe. Yeah. What a way to go out. Yes, I mean, it is one of, honestly, I had never seen it. And so we started until we started dating. And Jenna was like, this is one of my favorite movies. And I enjoy it quite a bit, and I will watch it again. And you're not wrong. Maybe I will throw.
It's very 03 in like a fun way, like the fucking power boss bitch editor,
sure,
at Composure magazine,
the fake Cosmo,
is wearing like a Chinese dress. She's a white woman,
yeah.
And then
does she have like chopsticks in her.
No, bun? There's an Asian woman. The Asian woman is like the teacher's pet, like try hard, and she has chopsticks in her hair.
The Hardo,
yeah,
Cosmo Hardo,
very like how to like have orgasms with or without him.
Nice.
Trying to think. Very like dude. Very like, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, it's fucking poker night, dude.
Because he works at an ad agency
with Adam Goldman.
Yes.
And the uncle from Napoleon Dynamite.
Uncle Rico.
No, sorry, the other guy.
Kip, the brother?
Kip,
the brother. Napoleon's brother. Yeah. Okay.
Adam Goldman is like a hipster. He's wearing a shirt that just says Williamsburg, NY.
Hell yeah,
it's pretty
dude.
Sick.
What are McConaughey's fits leather jackets? Because he's on the motorcycle, right? He's a motorcycle guy?
Racers. He wears like
Cafe Racer.
He wears like he like takes his shirts off. He takes his shirt off, and all the girls in the ad she's like, ooh. And then Thayer, his PA, the uncle or Kip, is like holding two shirts. He's like, I'll go with the straps.
Oh, so it's like going out shirts,
going out
jeans.
Shirts, kind of like pre-distressed flare jeans, like shitty brown shoes. Yeah, it's fucking sick.
That's amazing. Honestly, like a lot of that shit probably would like low key play today if you were going on date night and you were like going to Dime Square or something, you know? And
honestly, I feel like at this point I'm more familiar with like McConaughey's like kind of like the reconnaissance of like True Detective season 1, like Interstellar, kind of like his more serious shit.
Well, he won a Best Actor Oscar for the
Dallas Buyers Club, his Lincoln commercials. So to see him in his like romcom era where he was like, yo, I was such the romcom guy that I had to, he left Hollywood to like remove himself so that he would stop being just like pigeonholed as the romcom guy.
Another great one, Failure to Launch, when he plays like
with Kate Hudson.
When he plays like the total fucking
Fool's Gold with Kate Hudson.
Fail son. Yeah. Yo, honestly, if you got a fucking great combo, why break it up? That is, wait, are they really in 3 movies together?
I don't know.
That's a lot. I mean, dude, if it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
They've been in 2 movies.
Okay. Failure to launch.
Nope. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days and Fool's Gold.
Who's failure to launch? The female lead. I'm actually, damn, who is it? Is it a brunette? It's got
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh, duh. Obviously, another blonde. But
Ooh,
yeah.
I watched another rom-com. Family
Stone. Classic.
Yeah.
Holiday movie? Kind of holiday movie, right? Aren't they
Holiday
all,
movie.
Yeah, they're
Christmas.
all together for, Great
Diane
movie.
Keaton.
Yeah. Stacked
Luke
cast.
Wilson.
Mm-hmm. That's a banger.
The whole Rachel Adams.
Rachel McAdams.
The
whole thing is that
a gay deaf guy.
Isn't the whole thing Mrs. Robinson is based on the song Mrs. Robinson is based on the mom in Family Stone, or am I thinking of another movie where that's like part of the plot?
Family Stone is like from like 2007. Mr. Robinson, the song is from like 1967.
No, I know, but it's like the older matriarch figure is like, oh, by the way, I'm like the inspiration for The Graduate, Mrs. Robinson.
Oh, I don't know.
That might be another movie.
I might have missed that. Craig Nelson, the fucking
Craig T. Nelson
coach. Shout out coach.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's in it. So another fucking slapper, bro.
Yeah.
I always get kind of in a rom-com streak right around the holidays. Like last year was
Sentimental.
No, last year was
I was being sweet.
Notting Hill.
Oh, classic, dude.
What's his name? Rex. His roommate has the best shirts of all time.
Yeah, he's a great character. So funny.
Or what the fuck is his name? You're the most beautiful woman in the world. On the back, fancy a fuck.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. How does Guy in 10 Days though? Great.
Wait, hold on. And I wasn't trying to be a dick. Why are you getting
Spike? Is the roommate in Notting Hill?
Not Rex.
He plays the kicker in The Replacements.
Okay.
The Scottish Hammer.
But do you understand what I'm saying? Like, why rom-coms this time of year? I wasn't trying to be a jerk. I was like, because it's like a holiday sentimentality thing.
Yeah, holiday movies. It's a holiday. Oh, Die Hard's a holiday movie. Fucking sick take, bro.
That's corny.
Watch a real holiday movie. Watch fucking Notting Hill.
Yeah, Notting Hill is
not
great.
a holiday movie. Watch Love Actually. That's a holiday movie.
Oh, wait. Yes, right. Love Actually. Also a fucking classic.
Yeah, and we did some great SpawnCon based on it. Tell Jenna to get us some SpawnCon based on How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
I wonder if you're going to hit letterbox with all these rom-coms as you watch them.
No.
But How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days was just so good that you're like, I got to log this.
Well, shout out Martin Hirschleim, one of only 2 people to win the PGOT.
Yeah.
Pulitzer, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony. Yeah.
Is he a writer?
Composer.
It's for music. Sure. Yeah, it was
Marvin Hamlish. Sorry. Marvin Hamlish. Great cameo at the end.
Does he play himself?
Where they're trying to win the or McConaughey's trying to pitch himself to pitch the Diamond Company.
Right.
And the woman at the Diamond Company, the do outdoors or whatever, fucking is hitting on him. Yeah.
Who's the other PGOT?
Richard something.
Richard Lewis.
No.
Little Richard. That might track.
No.
It's like another composer.
It's another
white guy.
Fuck. Who? I don't know.
I mean, if you just Google PGOT.
No, I think it's so rare. Here we go.
There's only 2, winners. You said. PGOT winner.
Yeah, but this just listed. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Here's AI. Nope.
Richard Rogers.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Won a Pulitzer for his work on South Pacific in 1962. Is that a movie? What is that? I don't even know. PGOT's crazy. And here you go, Marvin motherfucking Hamlish. Streisand.
I'm texting with the boys. Yeah, go ahead.
Streisand, PGOT, but that P is a Peabody.
Interesting.
Kendrick Lamar. He's already got the Pulitzer. He's got the Grammy. We need an Emmy, an Oscar, and a Tony.
He's 40% of the way there.
That's just more you could say than for a lot of people.
It's pretty good. Yeah, of course. I'm texting with the boys. Felt like I was watching How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days with the fellas. And I'm like, trivia. We're the only 2 people to have ever won a PGOT. And someone got Richard Rogers. And then
that's crazy.
I'm like giving hints to Marvin Hirschleim. I think is his name.
What are the hints? Jew?
He was romantically involved. Yes.
Yeah.
And he leveraged those Jewish connections in Hollywood to get him a cameo in 2003 rom-com Slapper.
Right, because he controls the media.
Member of the Long Island Music and Entertainment Hall of Fame.
Wow. Put the jersey in the rafters.
Yeah. And was romantically involved with a woman whose previous partner was named Steve Garvey. And my boy, who's a baseball player, which I didn't know.
Evil Steve Harvey.
My boy immediately goes, Marvin Hirschleim or whatever. And I'm like, what the fuck? How did you know that? He's like, I was reading the Steve Garvey Wikipedia a few weeks ago. And I'm like, bro, what? My boy's like, yo, it's the work you don't see.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Bitch wasn't with me Wikipediaing in the gym.
Damn.
And then I go to Steve Garvey's Wikipedia. I'm like, dude, it is like 9 sections down.
Right.
In the Steve Garvey Wikipedia, any mention of Marvin Hirsch, whatever.
Dude, Steve Garvey.
Marvin Hamlish.
Steve Garvey.
He's a handsome motherfucker.
He won an MVP, dude. And he was an MVP for the NLCS. He was legit. And won a World Series with the LA Dodgers.
He's a handsome goober.
Yeah, dude, Dodger blue.
Well,
damn, West Coast is still up right now.
Yeah, but
Kendrick, Steve Garvey.
But you know what? He lost his bitch to the East Coast Marvin Hamlish.
He did.
Marvin Hamlish fucked your bitch, Steve Garvey.
Damn, dude. Okay. Okay. Final one question here. What are you most looking forward to this Thanksgiving? One thing.
It's gonna be weird Thanksgiving for me. I'm not gonna be with I'm gonna be with extended family.
Mhm.
So I don't really know. I guess like reconnecting with some like cousins I only see once a year.
That'll be nice. Are you gonna have to have awkward conversations about like the pod and what you do for a living, or
No, I've here's my like this the state of my emotional maturity is that like a few years ago when one of these cousins was 18, he and I like just hit it off.
Sick.
Just talking about memes.
Hell yeah.
And
The Great
talking about
Equalizer.
podcast. And then I think like one of these relatives, she's very sweet. It's like family by marriage. So I guess like second cousin once moved. I don't know. She had me sign our like a New York Times story that
Really?
was on us. Yeah.
I don't think you ever told me this. That's kind of were you like
It was last Thanksgiving.
were you like begrudgingly? Were you like, oh, this is embarrassing, kind of?
Well, no, I was like, sure, yeah. And then all
Makes
her
you look
kids,
good, I
all her
guess.
kids were like, Mom.
Mom, you're embarrassing us in front of the cool podcaster.
Yeah.
In front of James Harry, in front of Jimmy.
Yeah. What are you most looking? Oh, you know what I'm most looking forward to? I'm bringing a yuzu cheesecake.
Oh, wow.
Which I have to pick up on Wednesday. I can't forget that.
Damn, dude. Where do you get one of those?
Patisserie Tomoko.
Ooh.
It's a Japanese bakery in Williamsburg, Greenpoint, across the street from Lilia.
Again, not a sweets guy, but break me off a piece of that yuzu cheesecake.
The
God
what?
damn. That yuzu cheesecake.
Yuzu
Cheesecake. That's what I said.
What about you? Yuzu.
Fortunately, it's nothing food related. My family has now become the family that everything is just ordered. No one prepares anything. So like all of my favorite sides, like Jenna's elite spoon bread that she makes every year. We're not doing that. My aunt's not making her elite fucking sweet potato casserole. My thing that I'm looking forward to the most is that I have kind of anointed, not to get back into movies, but we stay over and I get to pick the movie every year. And last year I low-key kind of whiffed on The Thing that wasn't really necessarily hitting for the whole family. But this
Why don't you
year,
put on Alien so everyone can go to sleep early?
I mean, I did basically by putting on The Thing, it's like Thing son or Alien
check
daughter.
it out. Yo, Weaver Beaver, bro.
Weaver Beaver. No, this year I'm going to go with hopefully what will be both not just a great movie that I know no one in my family
Do the
has seen.
Holdovers.
No, I'm going to do Barry Lyndon.
Okay. Do the Holdovers. Only one movie?
What?
Only one movie the whole weekend?
Yeah. Well, I go Thanksgiving Day and I stay over that night and then I leave the next day. So it's not like necessarily like I'm not in for the long haul and I'm just going to Jersey. So we're going to do Barry Lyndon this year.
You want to put in the special order of the brewskis?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't want to get. I could tell you something off mic, but we're gonna be keeping it as stress free as possible for my entire family. We'll leave it at that. So I'll probably have 9 beers.
Okay,
which I feel like is fair. Again, coursed out over the day.
Yeah,
just something light, something easy.
Ready for the Giants Cowboys,
bro? No, I'll watch. I mean, bro, I watched fucking Buccaneers Giants. Like I already did it. Like I already fucking ruined my life.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about the Giants. That's just fucking.
It's
depressing.
Nice. Well, I guess
I can't divest. I'm still watching, bro.
It's nice that I have no need or desire or anything to watch to waste like spend 3.5 hours just fucking drooling in front of the TV.
I think that is a waste though, because your point where it's like, yo, you're watching all these movies. You could maybe not that I'm saying that you're that critical of my because it's my body, my choice. It's a lifestyle decision, but like. I will never be like watching a great movie is a waste of time, but watching the Giants, I can acknowledge and I have the self-awareness to know that I'm wasting my Sunday, but yet I'm still doing it. I think I'm now at this point glutton for punishment mode, and I want to see the losses pile up, even though I don't know who the fuck we're going to draft. But yeah, it's not fun. But anyway, Barry Lyndon at my house this year. If you'd like to watch along at home, that'll be Thanksgiving night. You know,
you like to spend Thanksgiving with Lawrence and his family
in your mind.
9 beers.
In your mind, yeah. Have 9 beers and throw on Barry Lyndon at around 8 p.m.
Yeah, you're gonna wear a good boy fit, keep things stress free. You're gonna wear a fucking shirt that says "fuck" on it.
Well, we do. My mom.
You're gonna wear this $1,000 fleece.
I'm gonna say fancy a fuck. I'm gonna wear the fucking spike tee. No, this is when my mom takes the holiday photo, like for the card. So the only thing in my mind that I know like that would really like bum her out is if I like showed up in jeans.
Mom, it's vintage Armani though.
Jeans, vintage Armani jeans. Nah, I'm gonna do. I mean, do you know what you're wearing at Thanksgiving? I actually do. No. I've thought about it and I know.
I don't know.
I'm wearing 18 East pleated trousers and like a gray wool, and then I'm gonna wear that Colbo textured long sleeve polo that one guy thought was a Henley. I'm gonna that joint, and then maybe just some like whatever some
so your mom
some
can
Gucci loafers.
My
mom's like, you wore a Henley?
Mom sent it out to her pickleball friends. Lawrence wore a Henley.
Yeah,
this year. Lawrence wore a Henley this year.
If it has a collar, it's not a Henley. You fucking morons.
The only Henley we fuck with is Don.
That's a fact.
This has been another episode of The Only Podcast Matters. Chef, take us out.